Okay,
Yes.
we are live. All right, Lions Den boxing community, Lions Den MMA mixed martial arts community. This is your boy Coach Shelton Harrison. You're live on the Coach Shelton Harrison Combat Sports Show live. And guys, I got the legendary Miss Denise. Denise, Miss Dynamite Kielholtz. Denise, how you doing?
I'm really, really good. Thank you. Thank you.
I am so glad that you're good because I'm good that I finally get to speak to you today. It's an honor and it's always a privilege to talk to somebody such as yourself that's, a definite consummate professional in combat sports.
Thank you. Thank you.
You are so welcome. So,
uh,
Denise, you got a huge fight coming up with Vader Arteaga. I
yeah,
mean,
yeah. Yeah, I'm really, really excited about this fight, and I think that her win against Emily de Tode, that's a really good win, and that makes me more excited to fight her because yeah, she won from Emily. Emily was the former title shot fighter, and yeah, I think that's for me a big chance to let everybody know that I'm not there to just show I'm a kickboxer and I want to compete in also in MMA. I just want to beat the best of the best and go slowly to the title shot. So that's my she's just another opponent that's standing in my way to go to the title shot. So I'm really happy about this fight.
yeah. When I heard the fight got announced, I'm like, okay, Denise is definitely, because you dominated your last two opponents. You dominated Jessica Middleton, and you dominated. I can't pronounce her name. It's hard for me to pronounce her name, but you
Yeah,
know who I'm
that's
speaking of. And you beat
Arteaga.
you beat them relatively easy, and now they give you Veda Arteaga, who's tough. She's scrappy.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah, yeah.
on paper though, on paper, when I look at, when I watched a lot of you guys fight, I watched three of her fights, and I watched all three of your MMA bouts, and then I watched two of your kickboxing bouts. You appear to have the speed advantage. You appear to have a technical advantage. So how are you going to use that, to your advantage to actually win this fight?
Well, I know what I can do, and I know what I'm able of, and I just thinking about to being the best version of myself and show that in that cage. And she's a tough opponent, but I only look at my own strength and my own power that I can use to win from her. And I think that every opponent is beatable. And in this cage, a little mistake, it can destroy your win. So I'm capable of that, and I know that. So that's why I train every day hard, even if I don't have a fight. I train, and she's a good opponent, but still, I know that I'm better, and I know that we're gonna see that 21 of September in her hometown. So yeah, she better be prepared for the best version of myself.
Well, I like it. Denise is all business. Look, it ain't no plan. You just all business. I love it. Now, Now, Denise, you're on a live stream, and I know you're familiar with it, but you got fans and people that they're actually they can see you now. They can see you right now live,
Okay. Oh,
and
okay.
and see,
Hi.
she's saying hi. And I went to this format because I think people could see you, live stream, and it's quicker. We can get
Okay.
everything done. And we got a streamer named Tay Tay Brown. She actually donated $9.99, and what that is called a super chat, and I give those super chats to fighters. Fighters that they can't afford certain like luxuries like groceries and gas. So on this channel we
Oh,
just give it all to the fighters. So that's what we
oh,
do here.
nice. Really nice. Really
Yeah.
nice.
So we're trying to
Really
help the
good.
sport with women's MMA. We're trying
Yeah.
to help it out. That's what we got.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's really good. I like that.
okay. Well, if
I
you
like
like
that.
it, it's a good idea. If you like it, then we're gonna take it. Okay. Now,
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
now, has this been your most toughest training camp to get ready for this fight?
No, I don't think it's gonna be, or it is my toughest training camp because I think every training camp is hard. Every opponent is different, and I fight. I think in the flyweight division in in kickboxing, I fight all of those girls, and some of those girls were the best of the best, and they never lost a fight, and the first loss was against me. So I think that every training camp is the same, and every training camp is hard because you go to the fullest from yourself. And I think it don't depend on your opponent, because I train for an opponent that is like a monster and is gonna be destroying me, want to be destroy me in the cage. And if it is Petra, or now it's Feta, or next time someone else, I don't care what her name is. I just prepare for the worst and the best opponent that it will be in that cage that day. So yeah, every training camp is the same.
Wow. God, I love it, man. So you overlook no opponent. That's good. Even the opponents that I've seen you dominate, I mean, you never overlook those people.
No, 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 no. Also, as a kickboxing champ, somebody always you are the champion, and everybody wants to tell, oh, Denise gonna win, Denise gonna win. But I don't train for that. I don't train, yeah, because I know I'm gonna win. No, I train because I want to be the best version of myself that's gonna win, and not to expect, oh, she is nothing, or her record is nothing, or you know, everybody is beatable. I know that also me, but I train to to be the best of that day, that night. So yeah, it's that's why every training camp is the same, and also against her. It's my night, even in her hometown. It's gonna be my night, and that's why I train for that.
You're gonna have the fans cheering for you in that girl's own hometown. Like, you know what? I've seen that. I've seen that before with you in a kickboxing bout. Like, I've seen clearly,
Yeah,
the fight will start out, they're cheering for your opponent, but then by the end of the
yeah,
fight, they're cheering for you. Like, I've seen
yeah,
that. Like,
yeah.
I mean, what is it about you that's got these people? You're turning these people around, and they're Denise fans after the fight's over.
Yeah, I my two title fights were in the girl's hometown in Italy, and the whole crowd was against me. But when they raised my hand as a winner, they were all yeah, they all cheer for me. So I think that's the sport, and I'm used to that. I really don't care. It gives me more power if people say, oh, she cannot, or oh, boo this, or what else. For me, it doesn't matter. I know it gives me more power. So I really used to that, to be in somebody's hometown and still get to win. So nothing new for me.
Okay. Now, Denise, you're getting a lot of love here. You're getting a lot of love in the comment thread. You got
Thank.
what's his name is Nakmizi. He's actually from the Netherlands, watching this telecast,
Oh,
and
oh,
he's a huge fan of yours, a big fan. I'm talking about like.
oh, thank you, thank you.
And then Mr. Leon Dubinson says he remembers your fight when you fought against what Tiffany Time Bomb, and said
Yeah,
said you got a great performance that night. Wow. So
thank you, thank you.
they know you, Denise. See, people know you. They know you. So what was your expression or your emotion when, I guess I would take it Scott Coker may have called you, or somebody from Scott's team called you and said, hey, um, we want you to fight Veda Arteaga, and we want you to do it, here. What was your first impression when you figured out that this is who you was gonna fight?
I was happy, and um, yeah, in this division, I'm totally new in this MMA division, the flyweight division. So every opponent is like, in kickboxing, you see, oh, she wins, she's on top. Okay, that's going to be my opponent. But here, I am new, and I'm a little bit like the underdog. So here, everybody in that division can be my opponent. So it's not that I'm pick someone out and think, oh, that's going to be next. No, I just open for everyone. So now it's Feta, but I'm really glad with Feta because I know she's tough and she comes there to fight. And that's also what I like about opponent, that comes to fight and not scared to fight. So I know it's going to be a really good fight, but the win for me.
See, I love it. The last time I interviewed, you said the exact same thing. You said I win, and I love it. I love it. It's a
Yeah.
beautiful thing. Um,
Yeah.
Now there's a and I guess Mr. OG Nagmeezy, he said that he fought with you on the same show as your 2010 Fighters of the Caribbean, and I'm probably sure you remember that.
Okay.
So yeah,
Okay.
he says he even saw you in the same dressing room, and you guys, and I guess he got to meet you, back then. So he's a fighter too.
Oh, nice. Oh, nice, nice, nice. Yeah, I think I was like 4 weeks ago. I was also in Curacao. I was that's my mother's homeland.
Ah,
So
okay.
mother's island. I was there for 4 weeks ago. So yeah, that's where my mother is born, and that's where my roots is. So and also Fighters of the Caribbean. I fought in 2010, and yeah, that was really nice to fight there on my mother's island. So good memories.
Yeah, yeah. You fought on your mom's island. You beat up somebody up there. It was a great day for you. It was a great
Yeah,
day.
sure, for
Now,
sure.
now your sparring partners. Who have been your instrumental sparring partners during this camp?
Well, I have a lot. I train at Bert Kopst. I train, and there we have like Musashi and Costello. You have a lot of MMA fighters, and yeah, also the kickboxers are. I have a lot of sparring partners, but really like the MMA fighters are like Musashi that learns me a lot, and Costello and a lot more. And also this end of the month, 28th of August, I go to SPG Island, and there I'm gonna train with Coach Kavanagh and his team, and he have also a lot of girls. So yeah, I just fly around and go to pick something from everybody. It's not really like that. I have like one particular training partner. I just learn from anybody that wants to learn me and that I think that I can learn from. So, yeah, I have a lot of training partners here and they really help me a lot through all my fights and also with this fight.
I'm waiting on the video footage when you get a chance to spar with Urena JoJo Bars. I'm waiting on that because boy, I know she big. I know she big.
Also she,
Yeah.
she's also my training partner with kickboxing, of course. And I
Oh,
still
Jarena Bars is?
yes, yes,
What?
yes. We train together. Yeah,
Where the video
yeah.
footage of that? I mean,
Okay,
I don't even
I'm
care if
gonna
y'all
do
just.
that.
Okay, yeah, I'm
I'm gonna
excited.
do that
I got to
for
see it.
sure.
Okay, 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 okay. I'm
Yeah.
not I'm not gonna aggravate you, but I'm gonna just remind you periodically, okay? I'm gonna
Yeah,
just
yeah,
remind you.
for sure I'm gonna do that.
Wow, that's one man. That's a good training partner.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, for sure. She also have to fight. She has to fight one day after me, but a kickboxing match here in Holland, and that's also a really good fight against Anissa Houdoudi. And yeah, I think that they are the best of the best in that division, and they're gonna fight each other here at the BFL
Uh,
event. And yeah, so she's also in training. So now we're both in training.
yeah, I know Anissa Haddow. She got a rap song too. Yeah,
Yeah,
she got a nice little rap
yeah,
song. Oh, do you rap?
yeah. That's gonna be really a tough fight.
Uh,
Really a tough fight.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Anissa's pretty good.
Yeah,
She bounced back pretty heavily when she lost to Antonina Shevchenko. She completely
yeah,
bounced back, and that's gonna be a
yeah,
good kickboxing match. I can't
yeah,
wait for
for
that.
sure.
That's a Super
Yeah,
Bowl of kickboxing right there.
yeah,
So
for sure, for sure.
now there's a question here. Leon asked you. He said, "How did you find?" And people ask you this all the time, and I always like to hear your answer because your answer is just like explosive. I love it. How did you find the transition from MMA to kickboxing? Or, let me write it right. He said, how did you find what was different about transitioning from MMA to kickboxing?
Well, it's what it is. It is not really like a big transformation because I first start with judo. So I am a black belt judo, and in my from my ninth years till my I think 18 years, I was active in judo and also competitions. So it's not really that I'm not used to go on the ground or to fight on the ground. That's really my background. So the transition is not really big. It's not that 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 I didn't know anything about the ground game. So yeah, the transition is was that with kickboxing, I just won my title again, my kickbox title in Bellator, and I defended again, and against a really good girl in Italy. And yeah, after that, that was a little bit okay. Who's next? But yeah, in this division, I not really can think about who's next, because almost all of the girls I already got. So, and I already win from. That's important, of course. And yeah, so it was, yeah, what's next? And then they offer me, yeah, maybe you want to fight an MMA fight. And yeah, of course I say yes, because that's something new, you're already new, you're just a beginner, you're a little bit like the underdog, and everybody has some expectations from, oh, can she do MMA because she's a kickboxer? So everybody has doubts about you, and that makes my fire inside a little bit on, because if people doubt me, then I'm more motivated to give them an answer that I can do it. So yeah, then Bellator, I'm really lucky with Bellator because they also have like a beastie flyweight division in MMA for women. So yeah, then they offer me a fight, and of course I took it against Jessica Middleton, and that was the first one.
Wow, Leon, she answered your question beautifully, man. She answered this question better than she did the last time I heard her give an interview about this, Leon. You need to be thanking Denise right now. You better thank Denise
Yeah,
right now, okay? But
yeah,
nah, but all jokes aside, though, I know you get that question a lot, and just like you get this question, okay? And I kind of know, but just for the people that's listening, okay? Um, you know, the UFC versus Bellator. Because last time I talked to you, you said, Coach, I'm very happy here at Bellator. Scott Coker, he's very good with what he's doing. Um, have you have the UFC ever like pressured you to say, hey, you know what, we have an opportunity for you here as well?
Well, I knew that my manager told me that now that UFC also had a flyweight division, that they are really looking for girls that compete there, that can compete there. But yeah, for me, it's no option because I have really good connection with Bellator, and yeah, they do. Yeah, I'm really good there, and I'm good with all the organization, with the people. It's more like a family, and I think that if you are in an organization that feels like family, and they also treat you like family, then you have to culture that. It's not that every organization does that. So I'm really happy with Bellator, and I think that if they treat you like family, it's more important than that they treat you like a number, or just like a product that goes in the cage and fights. So for me, Bellator is just the first option, and UFC for me is no option. I just have a goal in Bellator.
You're like the third. Like I've interviewed three Bellator fighters, and many of you all have the exact same story, and I find it really impressive that Bellator is still, they're growing the divisions, they're growing kickboxing, they're getting a featherweight division, and I heard soon that they're going to get a bantamweight division, like a real true legit one. And
Yeah,
everybody seems to be extremely happy. Like nobody I've interviewed, I mean, even
no,
interviews I've saw with other fighters, nobody wants to
yeah,
transition to the UFC. They don't.
no,
Even
no,
you got Valerie Letourneau, she's there, and I think
yeah,
she's actually happier. She's even, and this might even sound funny, and I'm not. This is no disrespect, but like she's actually looking better, like appearance wise, like happier, like,
yeah,
and she don't look so like drawn down, and she don't look
yeah,
all depressed. Like she actually, the color in her skin looks better, and even when
yeah,
she's talking, while she's at Bellator, and it's like all you guys are extremely happy there. So, uh, you
yeah.
know, and I guess is that the environment that Scott Coker set up for you guys?
Yeah, yeah, but that's also their quote. Like Bellator put fighters first, and that is something that they really do. It's not that they advertise with that, but is really that they do. And I think a happy fighter gives is a better gives more in the cage, because they want to, yeah, it's a happy fighter is better than someone who thinks, oh, maybe after this fight I'm done here, or they treat me like a product. That's not how a fighter, that's not what you work for, you work every day, so twice, sometimes three times a day. And to be treated as a product, that's not what any fighter will be. So yeah, I think Bellator is for me the best option, because they are really really good for fighters. It's not something that they advertise with. They do that, So I'm happy.
And you get to keep your sponsors too, man. That's you know your sponsors. You can actually parade your sponsors around. You put them on your banner. You can put your sponsors on your uniform.
Yeah,
It's a beautiful thing. I like it, and all
yeah,
you guys are happy too, man. Um,
yeah.
so let me ask you about Scott Coker. Like I know he used to fight, but it's like I don't know. He's like a mysterious guy. Like your interactions with Scott, like how are those interactions? You guys are interacting, and he's talking about your future and all this stuff. Like, how does that go down?
Well, Scott, I met him a few times, and last time I was in Rome, also for a Bellator show, and I also met him and also his wife, and they are really, really kind to me. Sometimes people think, oh, that's Scott Kober, but if you meet him, he's just normal. He don't act like like the big boss or something. He's just like normal, like one of us, one of the fighters. If he's sitting in a room full of fighters, you not even notice that he's Scott Kober. Only if you know his face, of course. But how he does, and that's he's really kind, and he's also from how you're doing. If also in life how you're doing is not that, oh, okay, she's a fighter, hi, bye, and see you in the cage. No, he's really concerned about how fighters is doing. And yeah, that makes also what Bellator makes, like, put fighters first, because yeah, what I said, it's like a family, like Scott Coker treats everybody like a family. It's not that he thinks, okay, I'm the boss and that's it. No, he really treats his fighters like his family. So yeah, for me, Scott Coker is, for me, just an inspiration of how people can be so big and be so successful in this sport. That he's just like an inspiration for me.
Wow, man, your promoter, like this guy is an inspiration. Like, how many people say that about the people that employed him? Wow. Yeah, I've just gained a newfound respect for Mr. Scott Coker.
Yeah,
Now,
the
now,
big boss.
in your mind, do you think, okay, and give me your honest opinion, do you think that, Bellator has the potential to be the number one women's MMA, promotion in the world?
I think so. I really think so. You know what's funny in Bellator, in this division, you never know who's gonna win. Sometimes you have a fight and you think, oh yeah, for sure she gonna win, or but in Bellator, in this division, you never know who's gonna win, and that makes this division so strong and so busy, because you see like two fighters, and one have a record, I don't think, but for one, and the other one have 5-0. Just talked about, and then she win, So also with the last fight of Emily Doctode and Feta, I think most of the people think, oh, Emily's gonna win, but you see the results, and that makes this division so strong that you never know what's gonna happen.
Mm. Yes, yes. You never know what's going to happen, and the best, they're really fighting the best at Bellator. I've been
Yeah,
noticing that the matchups have been competitive. It hadn't been a whole lot and the ages I like too in Bellator. Like they try to, you don't have somebody who's like 38 fighting somebody who's 25. Most of you get
no,
those matchups, but they try to match the people up to skill level. So this is
yeah.
good. Now for you, when you're victorious, and see, I don't even like to say if to you because that's a trigger point for you. So I'm gonna say when. Okay. All right.
Yeah,
When you're victorious against Vega Arteaga, do you
yeah.
think you're gonna be in line for a title shot?
I hope so. I think that if I win from her, that I'm a bigger potential fighter for Lima. But I just focus on one fight, and I know that I want to get that title shot, and I just take steps by steps. And in mind, my biggest dream is to have also the blue, but also the red belt. So, but I know that I have to make steps, and in this new division, I'm the new, and sometimes I'm the underdog. So I know what I have to do. I have to prove myself that in the case. And I don't want to talk too much. Yeah, I'm the next title shot fighter or something. I just want to prove that I'm the 21, the best fighter that day, and that I'm gonna win that fight. And after that, we're gonna see what happened. But I know that for sure a step closer to that title shot. So
She one
I'm
step
with
closer.
everything.
She one step closer to the title shot, y'all. Listen, y'all need to tell y'all mom, tell your dad, tell everybody, come check this out, cause I'm not gonna hold her too much longer. She too busy. She too busy to sit around and talk to the coach all day. She got stuff she got to do. She got plans. She got things.
Yeah,
But yeah, guys, I mean, Denise Kielholtz, she's going places, guys, and she got that aspiration. All right, my
yeah,
last couple of questions, okay? Now,
yeah,
I've been kind of gauging, Vader Arteaga, great opponent, but I kind of get the sense that they think that you're a kickboxer, like she's still kickboxing strong. But I'm gonna tell you, after your first loss in MMA, you've bounced back. Like you
yeah,
gave what you get what you it was a rear naked choke
yeah,
um, to Jessica
uh,
Middleton, and
yeah,
then
yeah.
you gave Petra, boy, that was a brutal beating, and and it's like you've gotten better. How did losing your first bout, how did that make you a much better fighter? Like what was your mindset and what did you do to
Yeah.
just come back strong like this?
That's why I think with my first MMA fight, if I have to be honest, I thought, oh, I'm gonna do this because I can judo and I'm the kickboxing champion and I'm gonna do this also. So I was a little bit too confident, and that was also my mistake, and that's why I fir- that's why I my first MMA fight I lost that fight. But that makes me so much stronger and so much. Also with my kickboxing match, also I can lose, and I think that every champion just have to be one time to fall down to get back on their feet stronger than before. And yeah, I think that sorry, but I see I had in the window.
Oh, he's
I see
back?
Nancy in the window. Yeah, he's back. He's back. I saw him staring in the window, but
Man, tell him
but
he got it. Tell him he got at least. Come on now. That's one of my favorite people. He's one of
oh,
my favorite
that's
people.
he.
Yeah, I've actually
Eh?
watched. After I start after I saw your husband in the last video, and he
Yeah.
he was on the couch and he waved. I start watching some of his fights.
Oh yeah, no. You can tell him he's here.
Okay, hey man, you definitely one
Uh,
of my favorite
uh,
people, man.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
There he is. Hey man, what's going on, man? Good luck to you on your fight. I heard you got a fight coming up, man.
Yeah, he's training also. So yeah, I think in just a few weeks you can hear a new fight announcement.
Okay, I can't wait. I cannot wait. But yeah, I'm sorry I cut off your thought. You were talking about your complete thought about the kickboxing and the loss. Bouncing back from the loss. I'm sorry about that. Golly, what's wrong with me?
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I say, the first match I lost that match, but that puts me back to the ground from, oh yeah, also I can lose the fight. And that makes me so much stronger and so much hungrier for the next fight, that I'm going to prove that, that was a mistake and now I'm back. So sometimes you see fighters that after they lost, they don't come stronger back. They just thinking about the loss and just be, unconfident because maybe they think they cannot do it. But I think the fighters that lost the fight and come back stronger, they show that, that you have a fighter heart. So, and that's what I show, and that's why I was also so happy with my win against Jessica Middleton, because that was like, that comes so much more than just a fight against her. It's a fight against thoughts, against people, against so many doubters, So yeah, that win was so much more than a win just of Jessica Middleton.
In America, we don't call them doubters. We call them haters. Okay, we call them haters. Denise, you got haters.
Yeah, haters.
You got haters. Tell those haters to shut up. They can't deal with you.
Haters. Yeah, the haters.
This has been fun. Okay, guys. So, guys, 2 questions. Okay, and then I gotta let Miss Dynamite go. So, if anybody got any questions, okay, two questions. Ask the question. I see 2 fighters. I see Genesis Green. She's an up-and-coming fighter. Maybe you got a question. Look, this the person to ask right here. Okay? She going to give it to you straight, and she going to give you her knowledge, y'all. I don't think y'all know what y'all got right here, okay? Y'all just don't understand. I'm thankful. I'm very, very thankful. I kind of have to stop being a fan and interview you, so it's kind of like, okay. All right, but, I've been a fan for a long time. Okay. Well, okay, nobody's coming up with the questions. Okay, no big deal. All right, guys. Well, I've enjoyed having you here. She's gonna face Veda Arteaga, and that's September the
21.
Okay, September the 21st, guys. Okay, Bellator.
Yes.
Okay, Bellator September the 21st. She'll be facing Veda Arteaga. This is gonna be a very entertaining fight. Veda's very scrappy. Denise is very skillful striker. Black belt in judo, guys. This is going to be it. Denise, anybody, okay? We're going to close it out with the closeout music. Anybody you want to, give a shout out to?
I just want to give a shout out to everyone out there and everybody who's watching, and it's not if you are a fighter or not, or you love this sport or not. I just give a shout out to every people that go to stand up and go to work or doing what they love and take the best out of themselves. And I want to give a shout out to them, because everyone that wakes up happy and are busy with a goal and working on themselves and take the best out of themselves, that's my shout out to. So for all those people who are watching, take the best out of yourself, and my shout out you have.
Guys, she gave you guys, the fans, she gave y'all a shout out. This is the fight. This is the people's. This is the people's fighter, the people's champion. God, Denise Kielholtz, guys. But Denise, I really appreciate the time. Thank you for joining me again.
Thank you.
Yes, and I'll just send this right to you. It's actually gonna be up.
Okay. Thank you.
Guys, on behalf,
I'm gonna make a picture, like selfie.
Oh, you gonna take a picture? Okay.
Yeah, no, not yet.
Well, you go ahead. You take a photograph and you click it.
And another one. Yes, I got him.
Oh, you got me?
Yeah, I got him.
Okay, wait a minute. We gotta pose and get my good side.
Oh, okay, a post. Okay, here it goes. I got it. Good one.
Yes. On behalf of Miss Dynamite, this is your boy Coach Shelton Harrison. I'm done. What are you waiting on? Subscribe to the best women's MMA platform on YouTube.